Hello everyone. It's already been 2 weeks since the devastating and destructive wildfires broke out in California, which the whole world is now talking about. Moreover, the situation hasn't just failed to come under control, it's getting worse. Starting today, the Los Angeles area is forecasted to experience significant increases in wind gusts, which will likely lead to the expansion of the fire zones. Naturally, besides being a truly horrifying sight, the wildfires in California are attracting global attention because this time they have affected a huge number of Hollywood celebrities. Additionally, theories have already emerged suggesting that the fires were caused by arson aimed at destroying Hollywood as the world's leading film factory. Stars are massively losing their luxury homes, getting embroiled in scandals, asking people to donate for rebuilding, criticizing authorities, or, conversely, defending them by claiming that all criticism is allegedly racism and sexism. And some, tragically, are simply burning in their own homes. Today, we invite you to dive into the epicenter of these events, learn everything that's happening right now, and, most importantly, try to understand what will happen next and where this will lead. Let's go. Well, Los Angeles has been in the midst of a real nightmare for a week now. In this area, wildfires have been raging for several days due to drought and heat, with at least 5 major fires blazing, alongside thousands of homes and businesses burning. Moreover, the burned area is only increasing, and at the time of creating this video, it has surpassed 60,000 square miles. To put that into perspective, it's 1.5 times the size of Paris, one of Europe's largest cities. Right now, firefighters are working to contain 3 active fire fronts in the Los Angeles area, preparing for the anticipated return of strong winds. Approximately 150,000 residents have already been evacuated, and another estimated 319,000 people have been notified about potential evacuation if the fire spreads further. But, of course, in addition to all this, these wildfires are drawing global attention because they are raging almost in the very heart of the world's main film factory, Hollywood. Naturally, because all the major film studios, as well as the luxurious homes of stars, are predominantly located around Los Angeles, precisely where the fires are now raging. So, many dozens of famous actors and actresses, including Anthony Hopkins, Mark Hamill, Paris Hilton, Mel Gibson, and many other star names, have already lost their luxury homes. However, the reactions of the stars to what's happening are diametrically opposed. For example, speaking about Lee Hip's son, whose home worth nearly $15 million was turned into a burning ruin, he seems to take it quite philosophically. I watch videos of the ruins of what was once your home. How are you doing? Journalist Elizabeth Vargas asked him during a phone interview. I'm doing fine, it's just a thing, the actor replied. But it's obviously emotionally devastating. You've lived there for a long time, and you had all those things. I had all my things there. And now I feel like I'm free from the burden of my possessions because they all turned to ashes, Gibson says. Well, at least I no longer have those annoying plumbing problems, the actor joked. I've never seen a place burn so perfectly. You could fit it all into one urn, he added. Apparently, Mel Gibson isn't too upset about the destruction of his property, which is at least partly understandable, considering that his home, like other stars' homes, was likely insured. Nevertheless, some celebrities have already found themselves at the center of grand scandals due to the wildfires. For example, singer and actress Mandy Moore, whose net worth is estimated at over $14 million, faced criticism on social media for urging donations to her relatives who lost their homes in the fire. This, of course, did not sit well with ordinary social media users, where a genuine storm of indignation erupted. Here are a couple of comments to illustrate the general sentiment. Mandy Moore is promoting GoFundMe for her family while her own net worth is over $10 million. It doesn't look very good. Why should Mandy Moore be one of those wealthy celebrities asking for donations for her relatives? Ma'am, you're worth millions. Why should we donate money to your brother when there are people affected by the fires who don't have rich brothers and sisters? Seriously, this can't be real. She wants the public to help her family, but she herself is worth $14 million. This makes my blood boil. Mandy should go to hell if she wants to set up a GoFundMe for people who lost everything and have no means to replace what was destroyed, and so on. In short, the situation and people's reactions reminded me of how last year, Alyssa Milano asked for donations for her son's baseball team trip from an elite school, which also caused an incredible uproar. But it's not only this. Stars are currently causing resonances and scandals surrounding the wildfires. For instance, in Hollywood, opinions are divided on how to respond to authorities' actions and whether they are to blame for what's happening. For example, when the wife of Hollywood star Mark Wahlberg, Rhea Darem, publicly criticized California Governor Gavin Newsom by riding on the trunk of her car, Darem signed her Instagram post, which she later deleted. Meanwhile, other Hollywood residents, on the contrary, decided to defend the authorities, labeling attacks on officials as racism and sexism. For example, actresses Ivy Nicole Brown and Kim Whitley told TMZ that Mayor of Los Angeles Karen Bass's criticism and her response to the forest fires raging in her city are based on racism. Ivy Nicole Brown, best known for her role in a television network Community, claims she has never seen such criticism directed at the city mayor during natural disasters. She suggests that the only reason someone would attack Bass is because she is a black woman. So, you see, these are the kinds of opinions. Meanwhile, of course, most people are still interested in the causes and consequences of the raging fires. And here, as is often the case during such serious upheavals, all sorts of conspiracy theories come to the forefront. You'll laugh. But as American media wrote, one of the most popular theories among the public about the causes of the fires is UFOs. I don't know if everyone remembers that unidentified flying discs and orbs were recently allegedly spotted over U.S. territory, and now many people genuinely believe that the fires are some sort of alien sabotage. A slightly less conspiratorial but equally extravagant other popular theory claims that the fires are the result of deliberate arson aimed at destroying the world's main film production center, the Dream Factory Hollywood. Indeed, the headquarters and filming facilities of many top film studios are located around Los Angeles, putting them in the maximum risk zone right now. And many believe that some organization or group of people decided to literally burn Hollywood to the ground, which allegedly started everything. In short, there are many actual versions of the causes, from quite reasonable ones like drought, winds, and global warming, to these amusing ones. But, unfortunately, the consequences of everything that's happening can certainly not be called amusing. Besides massive destruction and losses amounting to many tens of billions of dollars, the fire has already claimed the lives of at least 25 people, with another half a dozen listed as missing without a trace. Recently, this tragic list was added to by actor Rory Sykes, who became famous as a child in the late 90s. The tragedy lies in the fact that Rory was blind from birth and suffered from cerebral palsy, meaning he couldn't move properly or take care of himself. As his mother said, she herself, having recently suffered a broken arm, simply couldn't evacuate her son from their property when the fire approached. While she was seeking help, it turned out that their home, along with Rory inside, had simply turned to ashes. Such a truly horrifying scene. So, what's happening is indeed shocking and brings us to the final questions about how all this will end and whether the world's main film factory is truly under threat of destruction. First, let's answer the second question. As of now, there have been no confirmed reports that any film studio, including offices and filming sites, pavilions, or studios, has burned down or been affected by the fires. If you've heard something similar, you can write about it, preferably with a source link. But after analyzing the American press, nothing like that was found. Or, I assume that if there is any damage, it's quite insignificant. This means that if the fire doesn't spread at incredible rates, Hollywood and its famous signs are essentially safe. Yes, some premieres have been rescheduled, some shoots are being canceled or having their schedules changed, and maybe even the Oscars will be slightly postponed. Although I personally doubt that, overall, Hollywood remains out of danger for now. As for the prospects of extinguishing and completely stopping the fires, firefighters are doing everything they can and have indeed localized about 20% of the fire fronts. Most hope lies in the end of this week, when a significant drop in temperature and sea breezes are expected. So, there is a chance that by the end of this week or the beginning of next week, the situation will at least be under control. And with that for today, I suggest we wrap up. If you have anything to add, be sure to leave your comments. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay connected. And don't forget to support this video with a like. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.